Welcome to Mary's Math Club. Today we will check out whether a figure is bounded or unbounded. Bounded means a figure has a continuous boundary. That means if we say a figure has continuous boundary, means we can completely separate the outside area and the inside area. So a figure is said to be bounded if it has a continuous boundary. That means the starting point and ending point will merge. So in this case, see, when the figure is bounded, that means if we walk along the boundary line, again we will meet the starting point. And in this case, we can completely separate the inside area and the outside area. This is called bounded figure. And whenever it is unbounded, if the figure has a discontinuous boundary, means it has a line but it is not continuous. See, we start from here. So this is our starting point and ending point is this. Starting point and ending points are not merging. So these areas are open. These areas are open. So that's why it is unbounded. This is unbounded or open. Unbounded or open. And these are bounded. These are bounded figure or closed figure. Whatever you say. Okay. In fact, this bounded figure and unbounded figure you will understand very easily when you paint on the paint page in computer. If you draw a house, see like this, and you want to color the wall of the house, if there is any gap in boundary, just like that, just like here, then what will happen whenever you choose a color to paint this inside area of the house, this wall of the house, then it will scatter, then whole the color is scattered to the pages, only because this has the boundary but it is not continuous. It has a boundary but it is not continuous. That's why it is unbounded figure. And as it is unbounded figure, so whenever you are clicking on the paint is scattered all over the pages. So these are the concept of bounded figure and unbounded figure. Now we can check it with numbers and letters also. But before that, I want to show you that sometimes figures are like that it's a confusing, is it bounded or not bounded? Just like this figure. See, it's a confusion. Is it bounded or not? Because these areas are totally bounded. But if we consider this figure as a whole, then it is not bounded. So in this arena, in this case, it is partly bounded. It's bounded partly, but not totally. Because whenever you will consider it in total, it is not bounded. So it is partially bounded. And now we can check it with numbers and letters also. Like first we are checking with the numbers, like 8, number 8. 8 is totally bounded. One portion and another portion, but it is totally bounded. In the case of 0, it is also bounded. But in the case of 4, see, in the case of 4, this area, in the case of 4, this area, it is bounded. But if we consider it as a whole, then this part is there. So, whenever we are considering as a whole, it's not bounded. Again, in the case of 6, this area is bounded. But as a whole, it is not bounded. Just like this, in the case of letter B, B for blue, B is totally bounded. This portion is bounded and this portion is bounded too. And letter D, this is totally bounded, capital D, caps D. This is also bounded. But in the case of letter A, this area is bounded. But as a total, whenever we consider it as a whole, then it's not at all bounded. So it's partially bounded right now. So, and you will check it with others later. You can check it with others letters also, whether it is bounded or not bounded. In the case of curved line, because we know there is two types of lines. One is curved line and another one is straight line. So, in the case of curved line, it's possible to make a bounded figure only with one curved line, just like this, okay? Or we can make a circle, or we can make a oval. So it is possible with one curved line. But in the case of straight line, at least 3 straight lines is needed, because this is 1, this is 2. Still, now it's not at all bounded. So make it bounded, 1 more straight line is needed. Now it is totally bounded. So for straight line, at least 3 straight lines are needed to make a bounded figure. So triangles are bounded. And whenever we will work with 4 straight lines, simply that can make a bounded figure also, like this. This is bounded. So quadrilaterals are bounded. All type of quadrilaterals are bounded. Pentagon, this is bounded. Hexagon, bounded. In fact, all of the polygons are bounded. In triangles, it's also a polygon, because poly means more than 2. So polygons are bounded. Once again, we will come back with polygons and different type of polygons. Until then, be happy and keep watching Mary's Math Club. I'll appreciate your all comments. Please do it, and like and share and subscribe Mary's Math Club. Bye.